to start with, to create the impression that what is happening to him has no precedent is falsehood.
That's true.
Completely false.
Yes.
And we can go back and look at so many other cases. I would like all of us to go back to the Woyome case. If you go back to the Woyome case and see the bail conditions imposed on Woyome, you cannot be arguing the way we are arguing today. Another interesting case is the Dr. Kwabena Dufour case.
I mentioned that.
The Dr. Kwabena Dufour case, and there are many other cases. So it is not true, it cannot be true, that these bail conditions are unprecedented, and that it is only during the Mahama administration that these conditions are being imposed. That is false. Now, this morning, I've read all the newspapers, and one of the newspapers that I took interest in this morning is the Daily Guide, which carried a front page story with a very interesting headline: Miracles Arrest, 50 million bail, the inside story. Obviously, the headline is very attractive, so I took my time and I read it. Now, here are portions of that report. Lawyers for Dennis Miracles Abuadi indicated that their client has been unable to meet the bail conditions imposed by EOCO following his arrest. They raised concerns over the 50 million Ghana cedis bail bond, which requires 3 sureties, 2 of whom must be justified, describing the conditions as difficult to satisfy. Speaking to the media, and it goes on and on and on. And then there's a particular quote from the lead counsel for Dennis Miracle. He says, how is he going to be released? How is he going to post the bail bonds? 50 million Ghana cedis, 3 sureties, 2 to be justified. How can it be met? Where are you going to find properties worth 50 million and finding it tonight? And so on and so on. The facts before us now clearly suggest that it was not difficult to meet, and that in the same night, these conditions were met. You understand?
Yes.
So the suggestion that these are impossible conditions to meet collapses because they have been met, and they were met that same night.
Yeah, but Uncle C, maybe at the time Atacha was talking, he was maybe, I'm just saying maybe, genuinely concerned about the ability to meet the bail conditions until something happened miraculously.
My brother, Atacha is one of my close friends. He's somebody I respect a lot. I've known him over many years and so on.
Okay.
I would not, under any circumstances, suggest that he's playing to the gallery and so on. But I'm talking about facts.
Okay.
The suggestion was that these conditions could not be met, especially last night. They have been met. So they could be met or they could not be met. Mm-hmm. You can't have both ways. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That the suggestion that the conditions could not be met, has collapsed completely because they have been met. Okay. Now, is it that EOCO was aware that the conditions could be met? In any case, why are bail conditions imposed? Bail conditions are imposed in order to serve as a deterrent to persons who may want to jump bail. If I'm wrong, tell me.
Yes.
Okay. Which means that by extension of logic, bail conditions necessarily have to be steep to some extent. That extent is not determined by you and I.
But at least we do know, Okosi, at least we do know that one of the bases is the person must be a flight risk. Ubejane, we can't find you.
That's one.
Yes.
The other is that just in case the person escapes, bail, yes, or breaks bail and so on, the penalty, which is getting the bail bonds,
should be severe.
Yeah, should be such that the crime the person may be alleged to have committed can be remedied.
Yes.
You understand?
That's true.
And you remember the Sedinam case.
Yes.
In which
Alex Mode
and others
he nearly
were
got himself into trouble.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is also very clear.
Yes.
You understand? So the bail is not imposed fancifully.
Right.
There are reasons why bail conditions are imposed. They are not fanciful. There are reasons. In any case, when bail conditions are imposed, and the accused person or his counsel and so on think that they are excessive and may lead to a violation of his rights and so on, what do?
We go to court for review.
So the courts have authority to review bail conditions. And indeed, in this period, there are so many people who have gone to court to ask for a review of bail conditions, and the courts have granted their request.
Yes. There's a recent one.
In this particular case, what happened? And I'm sure that Richard and you have all seen the videos. I'm not making it up. In this case, what happens? According to the videos you have seen, party activists went to communities and promised people that they should go to EOCO, stand there and make noise, and that if they did that, they will receive 150 cedis. Am I lying?
Well, that's what they claim.
Yeah, but you've seen the videos.
Yes, I've seen the video.
Yes, so I'm dealing with the claim.
What we've seen, yes.
Is that how to fight draconian bail conditions? Is that the rule of law? Strange. And I find it particularly strange because of the political party. This political party per capita has more lawyers than any other political party perhaps in the whole of Africa. This is a political party which has always insisted or claimed to be insisting on the rule of law, on the application of law. Not too long ago, 2 years ago, anytime you raised any question about violation of law or suspected violation of law, what were we told? Go to court. Go to court became a mantra. Today, it is no longer a mantra. Something is happening. Something is either right or wrong. I suspect that it is very, very wrong.
But Kwesi, they have explained time and again that go to court mantra.
You want to?
The Constitution.
Oh, please. I've actually opened the relevant part for you.
No problem.
The protection of personal liberty. I've read through it the whole day.
Is that 14?
Yes, I've read all the provisions there.
No problem.
You
yes,
understand?
it was go to court until the CJ was changed. And now they say they are not comfortable with the CJ. So they can't be doing go to court anymore. They've said it time and again.
Hey, Moro.
Yes.
Do you appreciate the weight of what you have just said?
Yes, because they have serious issues with how the CJ was removed.
What you have just said is very weighty.
I know.
You fully appreciate the weight of what you have said.
Yes, I'm only quoting them. I'm not saying
if you appreciate it, I won't make any comment because you said something which is so very weighty. You understand? Because 2 years ago, anytime you raised questions about the violation of law or suspected violation of law and so on, what we are told was, don't waste our time. Why are you discussing it in the media? Go to court.
Yes.
That has changed now.
Yes.
Now the remedy to the possible violation of rights and so on is pay people 150 cedis to go to EOCO offices and raise placards.
That's just a claim by somebody. We can't independently substantiate or verify that.
Moro, if you have the video, put it up.
No, somebody, yes. There were some boys who said it, but I'm saying that's what they are claiming.
If you have the video, put it up.
Vanessa,
because I don't want to be making those claims. These are people who were interviewed on the grounds of the protest.
Yes.
Some of them didn't even know the name of the person who had been arrested.
Fact.
They said, they don't know the person who has been arrested. Some of them claimed that they knew the person who had been arrested, but they were protesting in the hope that if the person came out of jail, he would give them jobs.
Yes.
Some claimed that they were on the grounds to protest because they had been promised 150 cedis.
Yes.
Some claim that they had already received the money and so on. Put out the video. This is not conjecture.
Right.
You understand? This is what actually happened on the grounds. Now, I'm finding it interesting that persons who have a commitment to protecting civil liberties and so on, to protecting the rights of citizens and so on, would choose this path rather than the path that they themselves had been prescribing 2 years ago. Something is wrong. Something is not hanging together. That's what I'm saying. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, yesterday morning, I also had the privilege, and indeed it's a privilege, to listen to an interview granted by one of my buddies, one of my friends, to Peace FM. I'm sure perhaps you did listen to that interview by Nana B,
yes,
to Peace FM.
The national organizer of the party.
And it was very revealing. Here is Nana B being interviewed by Kwame Sefakai.
Yes, sir.
And he says that, look, over the last 1.5 years or so, he has been closely observing the state security agencies. And that the police has behaved professionally. The police arrest you within 48 hours, you have your bail, you are cautioned about your rights and so on. He has no problem with the police. Then he says, he has no problem with the Bureau of National Investigations because they've also acted professionally and so, and he lists all the state investigating agents. And then he says, but as for EOCO is a problem, and that Raymond Archer must be called to order. This is the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Yeah. Now the analysis. If all the state investigative agencies are behaving properly,
yes, sir,
and only EOCO is misbehaving, let us say that EOCO is misbehaving, how does this constitute a discernible trend indicating the government's lack of commitment to the protection of civil liberties? There's one agency, only one out of many, which is gone rogue, assuming that what he's saying is true. Only one agency is gone rogue. If it's the government's character to manipulate these investigative bodies, to deny people their rights and so on, why is the government not doing that with BNI, with the police service, with all the other agencies, but only EOCO? That's a problem.
You want some answers?
Well, I mean, it's obvious that there's some problem which needs to be addressed.
Right.
That's one. Now, another issue has been raised, and it's very interesting, that when stop orders are issued, when persons are returning into the country, they should not be arrested. I'm not going to challenge that position. All I'm going to do is to point out that this is not the first time. I'm sure that Richard and you must be aware of the famous case of Kojo Chumbuafu. And today Kojo Chumbuafu is the head of
FIC.
Yes.
But just yesterday, he sent me the video.
He was arrested on arrival, not on departure, on the basis of a stop order. So stop creating the impression that this is the first time it's happening. We may argue that the fact that it has happened before does not justify it today. And I'm in sympathy with that argument.
Right.
You understand? But to claim that it has never happened before is to butcher the truth.
Uncle,
Yes, sir.
has anybody argued that fact?
Yes.
Who?
Oh.
Nobody. I don't think. No, nobody has argued that.
Oh, so you know that you were doing it.
No, I said nobody has.
So are you admitting that during your period, you were practicing the same things, doing the same things? Are you admitting that?
Obviously.
And if you're admitting
that's not even the
how
point.
does that now represent a departure from the norm, when indeed it has been the practice?
Was it a good practice if you argue that?
Oh, Richard.
Yeah. So
me and you can agree that it is bad practice.
yeah. So
no problem.
Yeah. So if you advance your argument there, then it means you are legitimizing it.
Richard, look.
Okay. Anyway,
Richard, no. Please, you are free to interject.
Okay. So the point I'm making is, Kwesi.
Yes.
Nobody has argued that. And the particular argument we're making is that here is a person who is already attending upon your invitation. Okay? And you can easily get him to come if you want to. You didn't put a stop order and he sneaked out through different means to go. He was out, your stop order was in effect, he came. He had come into the jurisdiction where that stop order will take effect. So naturally, you have him where you want him. So all you have to do Monday morning was place a call, come, and he would have come.
Okay.
Now, arresting him, okay, if you're saying that is to effect the stop order, which this one is not even a stop order, but if you want to effect that, then it means that you have some urgent matter to discuss with the man. So you seize him at the airport. You can't wait till Monday. So you seize the man. But you go and put him there, zero question, for the period that you have seized him. So what is the value of that, except from having to show the person where power lies? Or perhaps to equalize that this perhaps may have happened yesterday, so let us also do it to you. Is that how we want to build a country? And that's where I'm taking from your analysis to say that the fact that it may have happened yesterday, that is not being disputed. That's not even what we're arguing. We're saying that this is Moro, who always is your friend. You can see him whenever. But you don't seize him in the street as if it's somebody who's been avoiding you, somebody you can't access. You understand? So let's argue within that context, but nobody has brought any of the things you're saying into focus to say that that's the key issue we are litigating. We're saying that it is needless.
Okay, no problem.
And you have not disputed that.
No problem. Richard.
Yes, sir.
I'm not arguing with you on what you are saying.
No.
I'm just saying that it is not factual to suggest that the things that are happening today, including arresting persons who are coming into the country when stop orders have been issued on them, is unusual and has never happened before.
It's not disputable.
That's the point I'm making.
It's not disputable at all.
Because if you listen to all of your people and so on, the impression you get is that this is so unusual.
Yeah.
It is only happening because Mahama is in power and so on. That is not true. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, please let's make progress. It's not in dispute.
I'm not saying that it is right or it is wrong.
Yes.
I'm not making a value judgment. I'm simply making the point that this has been the practice.
Yeah.
If that practice is wrong, let us come together, let's fight it, let's change it forever.
All right.
I'm not also saying that because it happened in the past, it should happen today.
Yeah.
But don't let us falsify, don't let us say things that are not true, because they used to happen and they have been happening.
Right.
Finish. That's the point that I'm making. You understand? I've already spoken extensively about the presumption of innocence of accused persons.
Right.
I've already spoken about that. So in all the statements that I'm making, I'm not presuming for one moment that Miracles is guilty of an offense and that is a criminal.
You issued your caveat earlier.
He is a person of interest to the security agencies in an investigation.
Right.
That's all. Okay. Now, I've read many things this morning. And one of the things that I've read, and today it's all my friends who are talking on Charlie, Samia Uku, my body. Samia Uku and I became very close from his days in the university and so on. And he's the one talking. And he's quoted extensively in the Publisher on page 3. Heading, I worry for NDC appointees, Ewuku wants. Can I read a bit of it?
Please do.
The Member of Parliament for Ikrapim North, Samia Ewuku, has cautioned appointees of the National Democratic Congress government to exercise prudence in the discharge of their duties, warning that the accountability being demanded of former officials today could equally be demanded of those currently in office when power changes hands. I'm worried for NDC appointees under John Mahama. They may have to do, They may have to dot every I and cross every T, because just as we have accountability now, there may be accountability tomorrow. I'm dazed.
Why? What do you find wrong with that?
He says there may be accountability tomorrow. Accountability is a constant.
It's a constant, yes.
It's not a may. There should be. If just in case, and I mean just in case, the New Patriotic Party wins the 2028 elections, it has to insist on the principles of accountability.
Is this a quote?
It's a quote.
Samir Oku.
Yes, Samir Oku. Quotation begins. Here, you can see Masa. Masa, you can see quotation begins. Hold on.
Okay, so what is so strange about that? What's so strange about it?
Because of the use of the word may.
Well, yeah, so the fact that there should be accountability.
It should be.
Yes, it's a given.
Yes.
But what the import of what he's saying is that it's not as though that there should be, and so therefore you go just making the appearance of accountability when there is none. So there may be, where somebody commits an act that is tantamount to holding the person accountable, there will be. But he cannot presume that definitely there would be. So what?
There must be.
There must be. But you see what he is saying.
The principle of accountability must be upheld at all times.
Just briefly. He says that they must dot all their I's and cross all their T's.
Yes.
But if that is not done, there may be accountability. I understand. So there's a context in which you have to understand that. I don't think that you should just nitpick on that and say he says that. He's not saying that there will not be. There will be, but then if there is no need for it, you just create it. No. But if there is
there
a need for it,
will always be a need for accountability.
I'm saying
that's
that
a constant.
Yes,
But you see, obviously, I think it is the form and shape that accountability process would happen.
yes.
Is I believe what he's talking about, because I think that you're right. Accountability is a constant.
Nobody doubts that.
Yes, that's nobody doubts.
But you
I
see,
think it's how
Moro,
people
it
are going to be
happens-
gotten to be accountable.
Exactly.
That's what he's talking about.
So his point, no.
Oh, but
This is already the point to argue. Uncle C just want to give a tough time. But the point is that what Sami is saying is,
Masa.
I'm coming. You said it's okay.
No, listen. Richard, let me make this point. It's okay for you to interject. It doesn't spoil my argument.
Yes.
It doesn't.
No, but let's show that
hold on. It doesn't invalidate the point I'm making. Now I'm comfortable. I can give you half of my time. I'm not worried at all about it.
Okay.
But I just find it strange.
Yeah.
That I sat here and listened to you 2 hours.
Because you allowed me, that's why. So Uncle C carry on. No problem. Uncle C.
Please carry on.
So the point I'm saying is that the context created by Sami is that they must dot their I's and cross their T's.
Yes.
But if that doesn't happen, okay, there will be that. But assuming that they dot all their I's and cross their T's, perhaps there will not be. The fact that you have done your work well and then there must be accountability, should we just necessarily come and pick you and say we want accountability? No, that's the context is creating, Uncle C.
My brother.
So if you don't dot your I's and cross your T's, there will be.
Accountability must not necessarily come with state institutions inviting you. Necessarily.
Yeah, but if you've done your work well,
look at the books and you're fine. There's no point.
But there's no need to call anybody.
Okay.
But Moro, I'm saying
yes, sir,
that adhering to the principle of accountability is not conditional or anything.
He didn't create that impression. It's okay, Uncle C.
So if they dot their T's and so on, then there will be no accountability.
Yes.
Accountability.
If you are right.
For instance,
hold on. Let me move on.
For instance, Kwesi, it is not every appointee of the Nana Addo Dankwa who is being invited by EOCO. Okay. Some of them are sitting at home chilling.
Yeah.
Nobody's invited them. They've looked at their handing over notes, everything is kosher, everything is fine, so they're chilling. Nobody's asking them to do it. And the accountability has happened because people have looked at their documents and have assessed it. But it's not been invited by institutions.
Eyes have not been dotted. Okay, no problem. But Moro, I probably have a disadvantage. No, hold on. Let me explain my disadvantage.
Yes, sir.
Throughout my life, I've never served in government before.
Right.
So that may be my disadvantage.
Or your limitations. But none of us.
Okay.
He's never served.
What are you talking
Oh
about?
no, he's never served. He was director of communications.
So what?
Yes.
Of a ruling party?
Of a party, yes. He wasn't in government.
My friend, stop that.
He was serving his party, not the government.
At inside,
Yes.
if people don't dot their I's and cross their T's, won't you hold them accountable?
obviously.
Haven't you held people accountable because they failed to do the right things at your enterprise before?
Yes.
I'm so happy that you have brought this in. Even though it's a diversion, I'm happy that you have brought it in. Because I no longer edit the inside.
No, he's no more, yes.
I no longer edit the
he's
inside.
So I'm talking about when.
And you see, I keep getting blamed
Yes.
for publications in the inside all the time. And I
Very
keep quiet.
unfairly.
But I'm happy you have raised it.
Yes.
In fact, the editor of the inside today
Yes.
is Benjamin Akufu.
Okay.
He's the editor of the inside. It's not me.
It's not him,
I don't edit the inside anymore.
But when you were the editor,
Master, let me come back to the point. Let me come back.
you will not be distracted.
Let me come back to the point.
Yes.
You understand?
No, but you see, the Sami Oku statement can be construed the way Uncle Kwesi, and he's right.
Yeah.
You see, when you say may, he has every right to construe that to mean that you are not being consistent to what the 1992 Constitution says.
If you read it in whole,
okay.
appreciating
But
the
that's
fact
not
that
even
you
the
must
substantial
dot and
point I
cross
want
your
to
T's,
make.
Okay,
then you cannot reach that conclusion.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry.
You see?
Let's make progress, yes.
That is not even the substantial point I want to make. It's not about them.
Yeah, so I agree it's not a substantial point. So we can go to the substantial.
Thank you very
Go
much.
to it. But you're making this one a substantial point. That's why we came in.
Thank you very much for giving me correct directions as to how to.
But what's good he raised it. It's giving the opportunity to clarify things.
The essence of the statement here
Okay.
is that do unto me
Yes.
what you expect me to do unto you.
Absolutely.
That's the essence of the statement.
Yes.
And it's in bad taste.
Why?
Oh, we have left office, you have taken power. If you stop investigating us, one will also assume power. In the event of us assuming power, at some future date, we would also not investigate you.
Fair point.
Is this how public officials should be talking?
I'm going to say I disagree again, but just carry on.
Oh, carry on.
Tomorrow, if it's my time, then
I don't have a problem with you disagreeing. Disagree.
So you see,
if you stop investigating us, we also not investigate
no
you.
problem,
We have
no
power.
problem. That is the wildest possible supposition you can give to what he said.
Actually, let me beg you. I beg you. We need to take a break.
Take a break.
I beg the two of you. I beg. We need to take a break.
Oh,
So watching.
so I
How was he? Yeah, please continue.
Okay.
Oh, I want him to. Yeah, he was actually
so
talking
conclude.
when
Okay.
he only gave you some small.
Mark is
time to talk.
has spoken quite a bit, so
Oh,
no,
he will land
just land.
He will land short.
Victor, don't gag me.
No, I won't.
Because that's exactly what you're protesting.
No, I won't
Right.
do that.
You know, against. Now, I want to make this
Point.
point. And I must say with emphasis that demonizing anybody in public office for its own sake is terrible, should not happen. Nobody should demonize Miraculous Abuaji, especially at a point where his guilt has not been proven.
Established. Yes.
You understand? In much the same way, I think we should not deliberately go out to demonize somebody like Raymond Acha. Look, I've known Raymond Acha for close to 20 years, maybe more. He's one person who has never, throughout the period that I've known him, exhibited any signs of vindictiveness. He's the most open-minded person, one of the most open-minded people that I've dealt with. But all of a sudden, there's a concerted effort to demonize him. You understand? For the purposes of throwing wrenches into the political, establishment that it's wrongly assumed that he's part of. Raymond Acha is not a member of NDC. He's not a member of NDC unless he joined it later. But the period that I've known him, throughout the period that I've known him, he has never been a member of the NDC. In fact, he's always tried to be non-partisan and so on. So I think that, look, the deliberate attempt to demonize him without foundation.
Those who are demonizing him will tell you that they have basis for demonizing him.
What is the basis?
The basis is that, yes.
Because I've shown throughout that this is the normal practice.
And that's true.
He's applying the normal practice.
That's true.
And I'm going to do one more thing. One of the claims that is made by Richard here very strongly.
Is this still Raymond? Actually, because there's something I want to just add to the point you made.
You can stop me anytime. No, you are in charge.
No.
I can never contest the fact that you are in charge.
More, I need to
but I'm going to make one last point.
You know, the thing about demonizing...
Let Kwesi make his last point.
No, so just a quick one. And I think it's important.
Yeah.
The point about not demonizing individuals is something we all share. But those who are demonizing Raymond Archer today are saying that Raymond was a great guy until his business was collapsed at trade fair. And so he's been very bitter since. And so for them, this position he currently occupies is an opportunity to teach some people a lesson. So that's what they're saying.
So by extension, they're saying that anybody who was victimized by their government should not hold public office. Is that it?
Logically.
Is that fair?
But is it more?
That because they victimized you, you are disqualified from holding public office. Is that the first statement to make?
I don't know who in the NPP.
That's a strange statement to make.
Yeah, social media. See, he says social media. That has nothing to do with NPP.
And these are
where Kwesi is saying that they are prominent people.
Master, who in social media or who on social media will make a point like that?
Right.
So please, let's stop it right there. Look, Raymond's business was collapsed under circumstances that most of us felt were unfortunate. Inexplicable, as explicable circumstances and so on. But his business was destroyed. Yeah. That is not a basis for assuming that he's carrying a grudge on his shoulder. Yeah. He may not be carrying a grudge on his shoulder. He may be doing his work, legitimate work, and so on. Now, you see, Richard, you made a certain point which I find most interesting, and this is this. You say that this chap was arrested in less than 48 hours, arrested and kept in less than 48 hours. And in the period, he wasn't even asked a question. Nothing happened.
Right.
He was just arrested and dumped into cell. But from what we are reading, the evidence available before us all today, that statement cannot be true.
You heard his lawyer make the point.
Hold on, but I'm saying that even the lawyer, what he says, the evidence we have before us, before you, before
why
me.
would these people
Can I finish?
Okay, Moro, please, let me finish.
Can I finish? Why is not true? Because in the same vein, you are saying that during that period, he was actually taken all the way to Latte, to his house, for his house to be searched. How can you make this claim and say that nobody asked him a question? That he was just put in cell.
Okay.
And at the same time claim that the arresting authorities actually put him in a vehicle and drove him all the way to Latte. You know, I am very careful in what I'm saying today.
Right.
Because what is happening today is child's play compared to what happened to me in the past. I've been arrested at the airport before, not once. In 1986, I was arrested on my return from the UK.
Okay.
On the tarmac. There had been no stop order against me, but I was arrested nonetheless. My belongings were searched and so on. In the final analysis, do you know what became the basis for my arrest? A tape recorder. A tape recorder. I was close to Robin White, who used to do this Focus on Africa program and so on. And I'd been interviewed by Robin White. And their correspondent in Ghana needed a tape recorder. So I agreed to carry the tape recorder. Okay. They said it was equipment for spying. I was arrested. Now, do you think that I want to go through this process again? I don't. And I don't want any Ghanaian to go through that process.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But we can only avoid that if you're honest to the facts.
All right. Okay.
Moro,